This is Fritter from the Roanoak Steel Rangers. I know it's only been a short while since my last log, but there have been some developments. I decided to start looking around Sorellen and start getting my bearings. The area seems to be pretty active. Ponies and other creatures seem to have settled in without a problem. However, I have also seen somewhat familiar hostile forces. The other day I had a run-in with some defected enclave. I kept my head down, but I decided not to tempt fate with my reconnaissance. So most of the pictures that you see are from when everyone's asleep. These are the insides of the city limits. They seem to be loosely structured, repaired, and put together with hodgepodge materials. As I said in my previous log, the power and water have been turned back on. That said, those that live inside the city enjoy an additional boon. From the looks of it, there's a field generator set up on the rooftops. I am honestly not familiar with this design. It's beyond me. The best I can tell is that it's some sort of atmospheric radiation repellent. Until I can spend more than a few moments on the rooftops, I can't say where they come from. While they seem to have their own power source, my guess is that they're also amplified by the power plant. And until I can get inside the power plant, I can't really tell what the grid looks like or what level of technology the city actually had. I was going to do a little more exploring on this part, but I came across somebody that interested me more. So I found another Steel Ranger. He's probably the first approachable one that I've found anyways. The other ones that I've come across this far down south are either defectors or those who retired from service. Any rate, his name was Steelheart. He says that he ended up being removed from his scouting unit. I'm not sure how that happened or how he ended up this far south, but I'm welcome to have the company. After talking to him and also confirming my identity using my equipment, we've established a chain of command. I'll be resuming my post as the Elder in this area. However, orders have strictly been given to interact with the townsfolk without his armor. I can't force this, but I do highly encourage it. There's already been talk of townsfolk killing Steel Rangers in the area, and I don't want to see him get killed. I've outfitted him with some spare clothes and armor that I had off to the side. It's really not much, barely any protection at all, but by having him go undercover, it provides more protection for his identity than anything else. Both Steelheart and I also have set up base inside one of the buildings on the outskirts of the town, outside of the field. We've sealed the walls, and I've managed to scavenge some parts and build a few monitors. A bunk bed, a few old sofas. It's not much, but it's home for now. I even lucked out and found an old Sparkle Cola machine. Maybe with time, and if we find a few more members, we can turn it into something really special. Now, with that out of the way, I also met some of the other townsfolk. That red-headed ghoul down the road, they actually run a shop. Their name is Steelgraft, and I'm not quite sure how to describe him. Getting a closer look, he has some pretty heavy cybernetic implants. The store that he runs is also well stocked. I can't say that I care so much about his friend Luckless, however. I said hello. He hissed at me and looked like he was going to bite me. Their mechanic, however, Taters I think his name was? Well, he's a purple unicorn that has training in mechanics. He and I had a long conversation about power armor dynamics. I didn't offer him any information so much as listen to his own theories. He says that he's self-taught. I'm not sure if I believe that, but he is smart. I then left the store and came across a blue Securitron unit. The unit seemed distracted in its own conversation with some of the residents of the town. However, I did come across the pony claiming to be its mechanic, a red unicorn named Grease Lightning. She claimed to have a stable tech background. I've heard some odd stories about stables. Back when I was in Equestria, the other scribes usually would warn me. They'd say that the stable ponies were a little bit off. I'm sure Grease Lightning had her own good intentions, but she was so protective of that Securitron. You'd think it would be her love bot. I really don't want to think about that too much. Still, she was smart and she was nice to me. I believe she said that she was staying with the other constabulary forces, so she probably is inside the power plant. I'll have to look into this more later. Now for the last thing on the agenda. I'm not thrilled about it, but I'm pretty sure that there's some kind of cult inside the city. Earlier in the day, I found some bloodied marks on the walls on the outside of the city. I need a bit of time to decipher them, but one thing's for sure. The blood was fresh. I'll be asking Steelheart to look into this as well. Hopefully the sigil is just a bunch of gibberish. If it isn't, then I'm going to have to try and think of some countermeasures. For now, I don't think anywhere inside or outside of the town is safe. Hopefully I'll have more news by my next log. This is Elder Apple Fritter from the Roanoak Steel Rangers, signing out.